There's a video recently that went super viral on the internet of a 71-year-old woman who's showing up to court because she got charged with being at January 6th. She's a massive Trump supporter. Let's just say her reaction was interesting. Take a look.
My own country's treating me like a criminal. It's because I believe that they stole my rightful president. And just standing up for my country, it makes me a criminal. And it's just not right. It feels so weird to be here. Over 3 years ago, I was here.
Wow. So my first reaction to this video when I saw it, before we talk about what happened with this woman today, was it is a perfect example of white privilege in real time. It is stunning that the same group of people who potentially got involved with politics based on this idea of law and order, everybody should be held accountable. Minority groups specifically, when we talk about the idea of criminal justice reform or African Americans being significantly more likely to be prosecuted in the justice system, the response from this same group of people, the far-right MAGA group, was we hold everybody to the same standard. And the response consistently was that racism doesn't exist. Racism in the justice system doesn't exist. We need law and order. We need people to stop complaining. They would sometimes suggest that African Americans were just more likely to commit crimes and that there's no personal responsibility in this system. But all of a sudden with MAGA, if you're charged with being at January 6th, storming the Capitol, a massively historical day with cameras everywhere, it's a freak out. You're stunned. You know, in that video, she said, it feels so wrong to be here. I can't believe my country's treating me like a criminal. It feels so wrong to feel like a criminal, as if she should be immune. It's like you're quick to apply standards to other groups of people, but all of a sudden when your standards are applied to yourself, it's, oh, I can't believe I'm here, I'm crying, I'm freaking out, I'm playing the victim. It's almost like you feel like you should be immune to these things because of the color of your skin. That was essentially my first reaction and what I posted on TikTok, but we actually got more news about this woman today because her trial concluded, and surprisingly, she was found guilty on all counts. Today, as I'm recording this, April 4th, just a few hours ago in the evening, the jury ended deliberation after nearly 26 hours, and the 12-member jury found her guilty of entering and remaining in a restricted building, disorderly and disruptive conduct in a restricted building or grounds, disorderly conduct in a Capitol building, and parading, demonstrating, or picketing in a Capitol. The 71-year-old woman is from the Colorado area and is facing up to a year in prison and up to $200,000 in fines, and she'll be sentenced on August 12th. Now, she talked to the press today after she was found guilty and said that she was, quote, surprised, and, quote, I believe God wanted it to turn out this way so my voice could be amplified. We have to wake up our country. Now, of course, you're going to hear a lot of conspiracies about what happened today from the right and how Joe Biden is weaponizing his blah, blah, blah. We've already gone down this road. I would highly suggest you go to the Department of Justice website. In fact, I'll leave some links in the description so you can actually look at the facts of what happened. It's pretty short, and the evidence is all there. So I also think it's important to note that this, along with a million other things, are perfect examples of how the hypocrisy from conservatives nowadays is so absurd it will make your head spin. This is the same group of people who potentially got involved with politics because they were concerned about how police officers were being treated. They were concerned about law and order. And those same people are cheering, defending criminals right now who were at January 6th beating police officers over the head, tasing them in the neck. They are going to rallies supporting a Republican nominee who currently has not one, not two, not three, but 4 indictments and is facing 88 felonies with overwhelming evidence. And again, I want to remind you, January 6th was a very violent day. We had police officers being beat and tased. We had people outside chanting, "Hang Mike Pence." We've all seen the videos of congressmen and women running, hiding at one point as the protesters got very close to the House floor. And again, January 6th is a day like we've never seen before. A man, a president of the United States, was willing to go against his own people, his own country, to try to overturn an election that he did not win. And he had evidence that he didn't win it. He just didn't care because he put himself above the American people, which frankly, I'm not sure we've ever seen from a president of the United States. I think it's important to bring up one of the talking points right now from Trump and the far right is that Joe Biden is dividing us. And if we rally behind Trump, Trump, then he can solve our division. And really what's sad right now is just the division, and we want unity. And I don't want to be offensive. I don't want to cause division. But the idea that Donald Trump, a man who tried to overturn an election that he didn't win with evidence that he didn't win it, and then his supporters all stormed the Capitol to try to essentially overturn that election. The man who was found liable for sexually abusing women, liable for defamation, liable for business fraud, indicted for stealing classified documents on audio, showing those classified documents to people who didn't have clearance, bragging about how they weren't declassified. I have to assume that that's the man driving our division. If you are facing up to a year in prison, going to court because you decided it would be a good idea to enter the Capitol on January 6th because you wanted to overturn an election, I have a feeling that that would be what's causing the division. Because right now, all Joe Biden is doing is investing in infrastructure, investing in manufacturing, lowering drug prices for seniors. I don't think Joe Biden or Joe Biden's morals or what he encompasses and what he wants for America is what's causing the division. Again, I think it's the fact that Donald Trump, a man who just yesterday got on the stage and suggested that illegal immigrants aren't people, he's probably the one driving the division. Anyway, I think this is pretty interesting. We'll see what happens when she gets sentenced. I'll probably talk about it tonight a lot on TikTok Live where I debate people. If you want to check that out ever, there's a link in the description for my TikTok. It would mean a lot if you went down below and hit the like button and subscribed. It goes a super long way. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you have a great weekend. Go talk to your friends, family, whoever. Give them a hug. Go outside, get some sunlight, maybe do something enjoyable because you deserve it. You've been working hard. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you guys in the next video.